Joe Rogan Experience.
You cook? I don't cook much, no.
No?
No. And I don't eat anything. Listen, I eat
Not
steak.
much or sometimes?
I could do something. I could make breakfast.
Like what? What's your go-to?
I could make fucking eggs. I could do something here if I got it.
Did you ever work as a cook? Like a short order cook? That kind of thing? You were a clam shucker. Right?
I worked at Umberto's Clam House when I was in high school.
Did you?
I used to be able to open clams. When you would order, I used to be incredible at them.
Yeah?
Umberto's Clam House was where they killed Joe Gallo.
Oh, wow.
But they had a second one in Brooklyn where I grew up. And
no, but Gallo was killed on Mulberry Street.
Mulberry Street. There was one on Mulberry Street, Umberto's Clam House. It became famous after that. And then there was one in Brooklyn. And I was like 15, and we used to hang around on the corner, and they were building it. And there was like a guy, we were all hanging around getting into fucking trouble, a bunch of kids. And he pulled out a big wad of money one day. I mean, like fucking hundreds. And he said, come here. Come on, get the fuck out of here. Take them to the movies. Wow. Back then, a movie was probably $1, And I said, no, I want a job. I don't want your money. And I gave him he was Matty the Horse, which was a big wise guy's brother, Joe.
Wow.
And he kind of became like a mentor. He was like a really good guy. Gave me a job. I learned how to open clams, bake clams, clams for the linguine and clams, raw clams on the half shell. Squeezed a lemon, the thing.
Did being around a lot of those guys when you were younger, did that help you when you were in The Sopranos? Did it help you, like, sort of, because you knew people like that?
Yeah. I grew up in that neighborhood. Like, where I grew up in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, at the time in the 70s, was all a big mob enclave. Big. They were everywhere. And you didn't even know who they were. Like Joey's uncle. And this is a guy that I went to Little League with, wind up doing 25 years for murder. And they were just in the neighborhood. They were just, so yeah, I knew that world. I wasn't in that world. I went to college, but I knew that world. I know people, I have friends, it was just that kind of a place, where you just knew them. And somebody was just telling me 2 days ago, the guy owned a store, like an Italian deli, ravioli store, and I didn't know that he was a hitman. And he sent me an article, and he murdered two fucking guys in Coney Island. Yeah, this guy named Pete, and I had no idea about that. And I said, really? He lived up the block from me. I didn't know that. Because, when you're a kid, there was he was coaching the baseball team. Then you found out later. I said, I didn't know the guy was a wise guy, like a real guy. And they were everywhere. They sold fireworks, and, it was that whole thing. It was all Italian-American, and it's changed now. It's not a little bit of that, but not as much as it used to be.
Well, when John Gotti was in his heyday, it was a very strange time for like Italian-Americans in New York because that whole area, like when he would have those block parties and people, there was part of the people that would love him.
Oh, yeah.
Loved that.
To this day.
Yeah.
To this day, absolutely. I was gone. I left for Vegas in 79, 80. So I was gone through all them 80s. I was in Vegas with those wise guys.
Right.
And I knew some of them. We talked about it last time I was here. The Pesci character, Tony Spilaccio, who was always very nice to me. I mean, he was give me a 20 every time I saw him. He's all right in my book.
But it's interesting, like the Gotti character, him as a person was very strange. Do you know his grandson is a badass MMA fighter?
Oh, no, I didn't know
His grandson, John Gotti III, I think it is a legit MMA fighter. He's really fucking good. He's shredded. The kid looks like a fucking killer. I mean, he looks like an MMA fighter, covered in tattoos. I think he's undefeated, and I think he's got the majority of his fights, if not all of them, are by knockout.
Wow.
It's kind of crazy.
Listen, people love him. I never met John Gotti. He did a lot of good for a lot of people. Listen, you could only judge someone by how they treat you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because people go, well, how could you, blah, blah, blah. Hey, he was good to a lot of people.
But he was known to be a good fighter, too, John.
But John was? Yeah.
That's how he kind of came up. He was very good with his hands. He was, toe-to-toe and was pretty nifty as a fighter. Yeah.
He was very public, though.
Yeah.
That was the thing that the old guard didn't
when
like.
he became.
But he was flashy when he became the boss. He was like this guy that made a big show of who he was versus a lot of these guys like Vincent the Chin would act crazy and walk around in a bathrobe.
No,
They wanted
Gotti
to
was
keep
like
it,
Al Capone.
yeah.
But at least he enjoyed himself. These other guys, some of these other guys, he enjoyed himself. He was out to restaurants, good
Yeah.
look. He had movie star looks. At least he enjoyed himself. He had a nice family.
Yeah.
Some of these guys are holed up. They have millions of dollars and they live in like some shit 1-bedroom tenement.
Like
It's
Uncle Junior.
Like Uncle Junior.
Right.
He lives like this shitty life. He's getting hundreds of thousands here and there. It's like, why are you living like that? You might as well go out and enjoy it, right?
Right. And they still get caught. Even the guys who live like shit, they still get caught.
Those old timers, those old timers used to just, I don't know what they did with the money.
Well, they were trying to avoid prosecution.
Yeah, but
Didn't work out.
almost every mobster, unfortunately, winds up dead or in jail.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,